Tesla looking very similar to SPY and how it is hopping back and forth on this 100 period moving average resistance. And the bulls just lost that long lower wick. So we are definitely leaning bearish on the day here. Waiting for the bulls to show some kind of strength, which they've done 2 days in a row now pre-market, but aren't able to muster any of that strength into the actual trading day. So we're watching 190.10, the 100 moving average support, and 191.07, the resistance. And you might be sitting there with your hands tied, not making any trades. Don't be frustrated. Yesterday we had consolidation and tight trading the entire day, and opportunity did not present itself until afternoon, and huge opportunity presented itself in the last 30 minutes. So stocking your trades, having your orders set up, having the levels you're watching written down on paper, these are all ways to, help pass the time on some slow wishy-washy movement we're seeing here, back and forth. Can't determine whether it's going to be bullish or bearish. Get yourself set and stock your trade. SUNY keeps having little bounces here off of its lows that are preventing it from getting really oversold RSI on the 5-minute chart. So that, in my opinion, weakens any larger bounce that we would see. Wouldn't see, a very quick 50-cent bounce if we keep seeing little 20, 30-cent bounces on the way down. So back up, testing the 200 period resistance here. 4 minutes left to go in the candlestick. Level again is 191.07, currently right at it. So we have not, potentially, John, on a stock like this, it could be, but it's also people looking to play bullish and jump in for a 20-cent flip. So notice on these candlesticks today we have, watch the highs here, 192.49, 192.27, 191.61, 191.39, 191.39, 191.08. So we have not had a candlestick on the 5-minute chart set a higher high than the previous candlestick. That's a pattern worth noting and obviously bearish. Here's the price again, currently getting rejected from the 200 period. With 3 minutes left to go, we'll see if it can recover it. And if not, we're coming down to 190.10. Here's SUNY coming back down, closing in on its low of day potentially, still 10 cents away from it. Now only 4 cents away from it. I do mean 200 Zen. This right here is the 200 period moving average resistance, 191.07. This red line that's highlighted. 20 period is this green one way up here at 191.90. But thanks for keeping me on my toes. So the 15-minute chart, we have a candlestick closing in 1 minute here. And you can see it got rejected from the 20 period moving average resistance and the 100 period moving average resistance on the 15-minute chart. So that's another point in the bears' favor. Bears are tallying up the points here. 1 minute left to go in this candlestick, and the bulls are trying really hard here. 191.07. Thoughts on SUNY are we're waiting for support to be found. We keep setting low of days every day, and the bulls are nowhere to be seen right now, so we are cautious, looking for bounces on oversold sell-offs on the 5-minute chart. But like I said, every time we get a little bounce on the way down, it softens the RSI and doesn't make it as oversold, so less opportunity for a quick bounce up. But as you can see, almost everything besides GoPro and SUNY are green, so this is definitely an outlier. We're going to be watching $8 even support. Right now we have support at $8.22 and $8 flat. But the stock price hasn't traded here in a long time, so we're still in free fall mode. So we have finally the first higher high set in a candlestick. That's worth noting as a pattern. Only by 2 cents right now, but it's still something. So we're going to watch and see if this candlestick can get above the 200 period or if it's going to get rejected again. Here's SUNY approaching the low of the day. And whoop, just was able to keep the low of the day right there as support. Probably going to test it again in a second. Oh, you see that big bid showed up? So 466 bid showed up, and the price launched 5 cents in a second. So definitely some bulls trying to mark 822 as bottom here. That's definitely worth noting. Saw a couple big bids set in right as it was about to break to a new low of day. They held on. So let's see. Here's another test. Holding 820, and there's the break. 821 has a huge bid. We'll see if that can hold. It is a new low of day. If this big bid falls, it's looking like $8 for SUNY. It's getting chipped away. There it goes. There's just an absolutely large amount of selling pressure here. RSI is now down to 25, so we might see a bounce off $8 psychological support. Looking at AA on the daily chart. We had a low of 797 and a low today of 802, so that is a higher low and potentially worth watching. So currently on SPY, we are watching, there's a new low for SUNY coming up on $8. A long lower wick here showing that the bulls did show up a bit. We got 2 minutes left to go, still fighting that resistance level. And that level is 191.04. 3 candlesticks in a row getting rejected from it. Still leaning bearish, but the bulls are attempting to form a few higher lows. And it's going to be all about a pinch between the 100 period moving average support of 190.13 and the 200 period resistance of 191.04. One minute left to go in this candlestick. We see an increase in volume. Very close for the bulls, closing above it. And currently above it. So we might see a little bit of a bounce here. Up to a 20 period moving average resistance of 191.88. increase in volume, higher low, higher high, and a potential close above the 200 period moving average resistance. We'll know in a few seconds. So they were able to close and turn this level back into support at 191.02. Looking for a higher high over 191.22. That would be another point in the bulls' favor. Watching volume. Here we go on the high of the day. There's the high test. So we broke the high of the previous candlestick. That's 3 in a row now of higher lows and higher highs. Increase in volume coming up on 191.87 resistance. Sunni, a nice 30-cent bounce from its low. So fairly tight range, all things considered. Definitely looking bullish right now, though. We'll see how it reacts to this 20-period moving average resistance. That's going to be a big indication. Welcome, Azuli. Glad you could join us. I don't post specific entries and exits or buy now signals. I point out opportunities and allow traders to make the decisions on their own. I will suggest stop loss levels on every trade, and we will be using, the past few days have been so crazy with the market. I've been focusing on SPY to dictate what the overall trend of the market will be, and then having our members playing the stocks that they like to play based on that analysis. If I see SPYs going bearish, I'll alert it. Some members play SPY bearish by shorting it. Others will get puts or short Apple or Tesla, just because all these stocks are following what SPY's lead is with the crazy volatility we've seen the past 3 days. So our goal here is to teach people technical analysis and how to trade and have them make the specific decisions on their entries and exits on their own. I encourage you to look at the private videos on the members page, which are some basic intro charting 101 type videos. I suggest you watch all of those and feel free to ask me any questions. On this webcam, I trade mostly based off the 5-minute chart. And again, I try and cover every stock that that members ask about, and I'll pull it up on a chart and look at it while I'm covering SPY. So yeah, we are not the kind of website that says, buy Apple at 107.25. We're not a stock pick site. We are a site here for education, and members have been doing really well the past few days based off of this live webcam analysis, and I'm really liking the community we're forming. I really don't like the, holding people's hands and giving trade alerts, because that only helps you very short term. I'm trying to teach you guys technical analysis and how to trade for the rest of your lives. You can utilize this for, the next however many years into your retirement. It doesn't help you much if I'm not teaching you anything. So by all means, I hope that's a joke, Ruff. So by all means, ask questions. We're here to answer questions about technical analysis or anything in general. Sorry to hear that, Gollum. Are you short, or what is your position with GoPro? You see the bears here knocking down the price. So, Golem, if you could let us know a little bit about your position, are you long or short or what? We can try and give you our analysis of what the chart is looking like. Oh, you already locked it in? Well, that's at least you protected the rest of your capital, but yes, today is looking like a bit of like yesterday where it opens up pre-market and then pulls back. The bulls tried to show up just now on SPY. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, but the bears knocked it down. You can see the long upper wick currently fighting to hold the 200 period moving average support of 191.01. And on the 15-minute chart, we are watching the 100 period moving average support, and that level is 191.44. So still below that support, or below that resistance level, and still above the support on the 5-minute chart. So I'm watching the 5 and 15-minute chart closely to SPY here to dictate what the general sentiment of the market is going to be here into the late morning. Taking a while to show us, bouncing around this 200 period moving average support. Bulls and bears having a tug of war. This is what we saw yesterday, a bunch of consolidation, tight trading range, and then once the pattern broke, it broke very hard into one direction. So we have Suni here seeing a nice bounce, a 40-cent bounce off its low. Resistance is 851. If we can break through 851, there's not much until 880. Golem, right now we are watching SPY to determine whether we are going to go long or short on specific